Bleach is ending. For real this time. Saga of Tanya, the evil just resurfaced after 9 years underground. And that time I got reincarnated as a slime just ordered up a 60-episode season like it's stocking up for a siege. That's not a preview of what's coming. That's just what's already happening right now in anime. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Here's a twist on today's video. This was supposed to be an upcoming anime rundown, but it turns out almost everything on this list already dropped. So instead, we're doing the biggest anime sequels and new shows currently taking over everyone's watch list. Fast, punchy, and broken down in a nutshell, so you know exactly what to hit play on tonight. Stick around to the end, too, because the very last pick on this list is the softest, most wholesome thing anime's made all year. And trust me, after everything else we're about to get through, you're going to need it. Let's start with the heavy hitters, the 3 shows so massive they could each carry an entire season by themselves. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Season 4. Rimuru Tempest is back, and Season 4 started this spring, already deep into its run. As always, the real cheat skill isn't a legendary sword or some god-tier spell. It's knowing how to run a functioning government. This time the opposition has names. Granville Rotso, a former hero, and his granddaughter Maria Bell, who'd rather protect humanity by ruling over it than let Rimuru's whole human-monster coexistence dream actually happen. Meanwhile, Demon Lord Leon is off doing his own mysterious thing in El Dorado, because every group project needs one guy who goes quiet in the chat. And this season isn't messing around on scale. We're talking 5 cows, 60 episodes total. That's not a season. That's a subscription. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, Season 3. Season 3 is also already airing, and it opens with a genuinely smart swerve. It doesn't start with Rudius. It starts with Eris. After years of just being the fiery one in the group, Eris finally gets her own arc, training hard enough to earn the rank of Sword Saint and, somehow, the nickname Mad Dog. Rudius shows back up a couple of episodes later, older, wearier, and still not fully recovered from the infamous Father's Day episode that broke half the fandom in Season 2. Expect gorgeous animation, real stakes, and Rudius keeping his undefeated streak of making decisions that make you want to throw something at your screen. Rezero Starting Life in Another World, Season 4. And then there's ReZero, which might be the most perfectly timed pick on this entire list. The first half of Season 4 already wrapped, and the second half, the recapture arc, drops in just over a week. Subaru's suffering engine is nowhere near running out of gas. This stretch drags him and the gang into a desert full of ruins, chasing down someone rumored to hold every scrap of knowledge in the world, all to save Aim, who's stuck in some kind of magical coma, and to undo what a Sin Archbishop left behind. Witches, death loops, Subaru resetting his own spawn point out of pure stubbornness. It's all still here. IEM fans, Emilia fans, get your tissues ready, and circle August 12th. That's a big 3. Now let's get into the sequels that are a little weirder, a little funnier, and in one case, back from a wait so long people had genuinely stopped hoping. Trapped in a dating sim, the world of otome games is tough for mobs. Season 2. Nearly 4 years after Season 1 ended, Leon is finally back, which in sequel years is basically a full geological era. He's still the most gloriously done-with-everything mob character in Isekai, using his memories of the exact dating sim is now trapped inside to dodge death flags and roast every self-important prince who crosses his path. If you miss watching a man aggressively refuse to be the romantic lead of his own story, Season 2 delivers. Skeleton Knight in Another World, Season 2. Skeleton Knight is also already back, and Ark is still a walking suit of armor who keeps forgetting is supposed to be terrifying and mostly just wants a decent meal. This season drops him and Ariane into an assassination plot protecting an elf bride, alongside returning allies Chiyomi and the single most useful fox in anime, Punter. There's also a magic spring somewhere that might turn Ark human again, so if you've ever wanted to watch a skeleton cry actual human tears over dinner, this could be your Ark. Saga of Tanya the Evil, Season 2. And then there's the one nobody actually expected. Saga of Tanya the Evil is officially back after a 9-year wait. 9 years. Long enough for a newborn to be starting the 4th grade. Tanya Degakov, a ruthlessly efficient corporate salaryman in her past life, now stuck as a tiny, terrifying magical military prodigy, and cursed by God she petulantly nicknamed being X out of spite, gets sent on what her superiors call a routine training exercise. It is, obviously, secretly a mission to start a border war. All Tanya wants, as always, is a nice safe desk job. As always, the universe says no. Let's step completely out of Isekai for a second, because this next one earns it. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You just started airing, and it's exactly the cozy reset this list needs. Sasaki is a burnt-out, 45-year-old salaryman whose entire personality is tired and buys cigarettes sometimes. His one bright spot is Yamada, the supermarket cashier with the kindest customer service smile in the business. Then one night he can't find her, and instead meets Tayama, a cooler, leather-jacked stranger who invites him to smoke behind the store. It's Yamada. Obviously it's Yamada. The show doesn't even pretend to hide it. You'll clock it inside the first 5 minutes. Watching Sasaki slowly fall for two women who are secretly one very tired, very online cashier is somehow one of the most wholesome things on TV right now. Palate cleanse. Back into the chaos for one more. The exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. This one's currently airing too, and it's exactly the kind of nonsense I'm here for. Ilemaz gets stripped of his inheritance the second he rolls a Heavy Knight class, a class everyone in the universe agrees is garbage. Except he knows his whole world is secretly the VR game he already mastered back in his old life. Watching a bunch of arrogant nobles slowly realize they just exiled the strongest person in the setting never, ever gets old. Now let's talk about the two shows on this list that have nothing to do with Isekai and are still big in news and almost anything else here. Welcome to Demon School. Iramakuen, Season 4. Iramakuen came back after a 3-year gap, and it's not messing around. A full 24 episode, 2-hour season, basically half a year of new episodes. Iruma, the sweetest human alive, sold off to a demon and somehow ending up with the single best grandfather in any medium, is deep into the music festival arc, with a new character named Person Soir shaking up the misfit class. Expect chaos, rank-up drama, and Iruma continuing to accidentally charm every demon he meets without even trying. Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War, the Calamity. And then there's the big one. Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War Part 4, The Calamity, isn't just airing. It's the ending. After more than 2 decades, Ishigo Kurosaki's story wraps here. For real, the final battle against Yawok, Urahara finally revealing the Bankai fans have been begging for since forever, and Grimjo making his return right in the middle of it. One weird note, you won't find this one on Crunchyroll. It's streaming on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus everywhere else. If you've somehow never watched Bleach, one of the biggest anime endings of the decade is happening in real time, right now. Let's close out with a few newer names worth putting on your radar. Ascendants of a bookworm, adopted daughter of an archduke. Rose Mine now, is officially back, freshly adopted into a noble household after one too many run-ins with the aristocracy. New studio, new director, same energy. She's juggling etiquette lessons, magical training, and political landmines, all while still secretly running her old orphanage and chasing her one true obsession, which is inventing the printing press purely out of spite. Her physical stamina is still somehow worse than a wet paper towel. Some things never change. Heroine? Saint? No, I'm an all-works maid, and proud of it. This might be the single funniest premise on this entire list. Melody is reincarnated as a chosen saint, destined to save the world from a rising demon king, and she could not possibly care less. All she wants is to be the best all-purpose maid a poor count's household has ever had. She ignores her entire destiny to brew tea and scrub floors, and the world just has to figure out how to save itself without her. Pure, unfiltered genre satire, and it just started airing. Tomb Raider King. If you love solo leveling, Tomb Raider King wants a word. Ju-Hyun gets betrayed and killed by his own employer, then wakes up 15 years in the past, before ancient relics or tombs even existed. Now he's not just trying to survive, he's trying to claim every relic on Earth before anyone else even realizes they are worth claiming. Greedy, ruthless, and extremely fun to watch. The Cat and the Dragon. To end on the softest note possible, The Cat and the Dragon. A colony of magical forest cats find an orphan dragon hatchling, and raise him as one of their own. Generations pass. The cats who raise him grow old and are gone. They're kittens of kittens, and is still there, protecting the forest. His actual official name is literally Nekoryu, Cat Dragon, and the cats who raise him just call him Uncle Wings. It's soft, it's gentle, and after Bleach just wrapped up a 20-year saga a few entries back, you are going to need this. So that's a rundown. From a slime running a functioning government to a dragon that cats legally named Cat Dragon, this might be the most stacked stretch anime's had in years, and most of it you can start tonight. Which one's going straight to the top of your watch list? Tell me down in the comments. If this just saved you an hour of scrolling through seasonal charts, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.